Нээс нахтаа гоё тайлбарлаад өг дээрээс нь.
За би скринээ ширэлж хөө.
За тэг. Оо за.
За when a business earns money for like sales, then it's called a revenue. And when a business spends money for, let's say, to pay its workers, then that will be an expense. Property, like the building that you're operating in, that will be your assets because, you own it. And let's say to start your business, if you like borrowed money from the bank, then that will be a liability. Why?
Яг үнэ.
And why do you do like accounting? That is to report like your expenses to record your expenses so that you can also report it later. Like to start a business and successfully run it, you also need investors, but investors don't really study accounting. And they don't know, what to look at to trust your business sense, I guess. So you need a record, and your accountant will report that record to potential investors who will invest money if they trust that your business will do well. All right. So the accountant, besides the accountant, there's also bookkeepers, auditors, and then investors, also the owner. So let's say that you are the owner of a business, but how can potential investors trust that you didn't, commit fraud, a felony by the way, and that your income and profit are true? So for an investor to trust that you didn't lie, there needs to be an auditor. The auditor basically comes in and it's like, okay, let me check your records, give me all your records, and I'll report that record to you. So he checks whether there was any fraud and whether or not it was correct. And then the bookkeeper, the one, who books and keeps, all the records every single day, he will, along with the accountant, give the balance sheet and the profit and loss statements to the auditor. And the auditor, after confirming, will tell the investor, hey, they didn't commit fraud. They are indeed making profit. So the investor, trusting the auditor, will invest in your business and your business will grow.
Гэхдээ баяра нэгт юу нярван дотроо янз бүрийн нярвууд байдаг те баяра. For instance.
Among bookkeepers, there are those who are in charge of warehouses to make sure, for let's say that you are running a store, maybe a grocery store, then the warehouse bookkeeper will be in charge of checking every single grocery and making sure that they are indeed there and exist. And then there's also the money bookkeeper, and he's the one in charge of like, let's say if you make a transaction, he's the one recording how much money came in and how much money went out. And these two cooperate in order to inform the accountant that, okay, we made a transaction, and the accountant looks at it and it's like, okay, we spent this much money and there's this much grocery in the warehouse that came in. Okay, it looks legit. And then he tells the auditor, okay, here's the record. everything's legit. There's no fraud. We are, an honest and true company.
Yeah, great. And that's called dual impact, right?
Yeah,
Every
dual
transaction
impact.
has a dual impact. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But, the auditor or the business owner can't really check your profits every single day, especially when you're a big business. I mean, you can't expect a multi-million-dollar company owner to, come up to work every day and to check, how much money is going out and how much money is going in. So there will be an annual report. It can be every year, or it can be every season, or it can be every month.
Mhm.
It differs for each company.
Mhm.
Mm. Profit and loss statement.
Mhm.
All right. For every single annual report, there needs to be a bank statement too. When you're running a business, you can't trust people. Sure, you can trust the computer or something else, but you can't trust people. Maybe they might be, committing fraud and taking all your money behind your back. So you need a bank statement and you need a accountant that will not betray you and stab you in the back. So a bank statement and profit and loss statement along with the balance sheet is important to, make sure that you're not losing money behind, some shady corner.
Mhm. Yeah, gonna.
And after seeing your profit and loss statement and balance sheet, an investor can maybe loan you 100 USD, and that will become a liability.
Mhm.
And the thing is, a business and a business owner are separate entities.
Mhm.
Like, let's say, when you start a business, you can't just, magically summon $100 to start it. It's gotta come from somewhere, and that is gonna be the owner's money,
Mhm.
aka the owner's capital.
Mhm.
But maybe the owner doesn't have money. Maybe he's poor and only has the idea.
Mhm.
So he will take out a loan, maybe a bank loan.
Mhm.
That will be liabilities.
Mhm.
So, liability plus owner capital usually makes up for the assets. Why? Because to start a business, you need money, and that money's gotta come from somewhere.
Mhm.
But you can't exactly, you know,
Mhm.
you can't exactly. Oh goddamn.
Cover everything by your own, so you need to ask
Yeah.
cooperation, collaboration from someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe ask a friend for, $1,000 big on your knees, doesn't matter. It's gonna become a liability. And
Uh-huh.
when you make a profit, you're the one who, operates the business and comes up with ideas. So that's gonna add to your owner capital, plus your liabilities that still exist that you have to pay. So it'll be your assets. Goddamn right.
It's due to, I think, equation mark. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Anyway, also, the thing with, let's say you have a profit and loss, and which do you think is a better version or the standard version? Will the loss be in the left or will the loss be on the right?
It's totally
Um,
up to you, I think. Is it?
Now,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, there's a thing called tradition. The guy who created this whole thing decided that, okay, maybe we should put it on the left. So, ever since, everyone who learned after him decided, okay, this is the sacred tradition, we'll keep it even if the world goes, even if the world is collapsing, doesn't matter. It's gonna stay that way.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're from Germany or Russia, doesn't matter. Even if you're from China, you're still gonna follow this equation.
Uh-huh.
You're still gonna follow the standard, the gold standard.
Uh-huh.
So don't try to find logic in this thing. Humans never had logic to begin with, so just ignore it. There is no logic.
And it is nowadays it is called standard, right?
Yeah. Anyway, there's also this. But if you assets minus liability. Oh, wait, God. So basically, what this means is that, let's say your business has, I don't know, a whole ass building, and you can't really expect that, you can't really buy out the whole building just to start your business. So maybe you took out a loan to buy it. So there's gonna be liabilities attached to that building. So that building is your asset, but it also has liabilities. So if you if you wait.
If the value increases in the business, it goes to the left side.
Yeah, owner's equity and capital.
Uh,
So your assets increase, and you have to pay. You have to subtract the liabilities from all your business assets to get your own owner's equity or capital. Equity is basically like, how you can't really, move a building to sell it? Like, you can't just transform a building into straight up cash. So, do you know, like, net worth? Like, let's say Elon Musk, he has a net worth of $1 trillion or something. Anyway, he has no actual cash ready to, purchase a whole country or anything. It's just the amount of things he owns, like his businesses, all turn into equity, which translates into net worth. So it's basically how much money you have on paper, not how much money you have in your wallet or pockets.
How much the banks trust you, right?
Yeah.
And
like if you have like a building that's worth 100 million, you could just go to the bank. Okay, I'll put this thing in your care, so give me $100 or something. It's basically that.
So the whole universe will assume that all this belongs to you, and it becomes your assets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it is your equity or is it your liability, it is the details.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really expect Elon Musk to pull out $1 trillion out in cash, so yeah. It's all in equity. Oh yeah, there's also, besides we got, tax officers, the neighborhood bullies in your country. If you make a profit of $1,000, then they're gonna come up to you and it's like, oh, look how much money you made. Hey, give us our cut. I mean, you live in our country, you live in our neighborhood, you gotta pay us protection money. Yeah, they're local gangsters.
And they like watchers waiting for your how they say profit and loss statement.
Yeah. Once your profit and loss statement appears, they'll also magically appear out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, so you make that much. Okay, I protect you, right? You live in our country, you live in our neighborhood, so maybe I could take a cut. Yeah, I didn't ask, I'll take it.
Whether you agree or not, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Окей. Хоёлаа тэгвэл маргааш үргэлжлүүлээ те баяра.
Sige, sige.
Окей. За тэгвэл баярлалаа баяра.
Så, bye.
За see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.